for your money.
6-0. Viroqua was second at 4-2. Boscobel and River Valley 3-3. Richland Center and Fenimore 2-2, and Riverdale at 1-5. Evansville comes from the Rock Valley Conference. They finished their conference with a 7-0 mark this year. Jefferson was second. Milton was third. Edgerton was fourth. Clinton was next. Broadhead, Parkview, and Beloit Turner. They finished up with Beloit Turner last Wednesday, and they had a big win, scoring something like 46 points in that ball game against Beloit Turner. Average per ball game, fairly close, although the nod goes to Evansville. They're averaging 313 yards total per ball game. Prairie du Chien is averaging 288 yards per ball game, and it's quite a contrast. The Evansville squad has a much balanced, more balanced squad than Prairie du Chien, running 137 per ball game, not overwhelming, but when you couple that with the passing percentage of 176 yards per ball game, that adds up to 313. That's a pretty good average for a high school squad. So they have a pretty good balance between running and passing. They pass for about 30 or 40 more yards per ball game on an average than they do on the ground. Quite the opposite for Prairie du Chien. Prairie's ground game really grounded out this year, 233 yards per ball game and only 48 yards per ball game passing. Of course, we don't have to pass as much because our running game has been real fine this year with the likes of Scheckler, number 1, and Kazelka, number 2, the top 2 running backs for Prairie du Chien. The offense, offensively, Evansville is averaging 27 points a ball game, giving up 7. Prairie du Chien is averaging 26 points a ball game and giving up 7. So, boy, you couldn't get too much closer than those two statistics, offensively and defensively average-wise. This is the first year of the 5-division playoff in the WIAA, and who knows what it's going to be like next year. I know they try to make it better and better each year. DeSoto and Mount Horeb cases in point where they are not in the playoffs, and especially have to feel for DeSoto, 3 straight years undefeated and still not in the playoffs. At any rate, Prairie du Chien is a member of Division number 3. They are in the, of course, SWAL, and they go by average enrollments of the schools in the conference. Total of 9 schools in Division 3. So 4 of the conferences are in, 5 of the conferences are not in. Southwestern Conference, that's us. Rock Valley is Evansville. And then the other conferences are Middle Border, Lumberjack, East Central, the Packerland, the Heart of the North, the Large Clover Belt, and Capital Conferences. Tonight it's Prairie du Chien against Evansville here. And tomorrow it'll be Ashland versus Plymouth, and that game is at Menasha. Now, I would suspect the winning coach is going to be heading to Menasha tomorrow, wouldn't you think, Norv? I would guess so. That's tomorrow night at 7:30. We'll start at the top. In Division number 1, it's Antigo versus Green Bay East. That's at Oshkosh tonight. In the other semifinal in Division 1, Madison Memorial versus Waukesha North. That also tonight. That's at Whitewater. The other Division 2 ball game is the 2 Division 2 semifinals, Clintonville versus Port Washington. That's at Menasha, and that is tonight. And also tonight it's East Troy and Oregon. Down in Division 4, it'll be Westby and Grantsburg. They meet tomorrow afternoon at Eau Claire at 1 o'clock. The other Division 4 team, Denmark and Kohler, and they'll meet tonight at Manitowoc. In Division 5, it'll be Cashton versus Spring Valley. That's tonight at Eau Claire. And the other semifinal in Division 5, Johnson Creek against Randolph, and that'll be tonight in Sun Prairie. And we'll be back with more pregame show in just a moment. Prairie du Chien against Evansville after these messages. This is your Prairie du Chien High School football report.
Kimrick's Rexall.
After on the kick by Bill Fisher, one by Jeff Roach, the other 16 by Bill Fisher, and 1 field goal by Bill Fisher this year. So we've scored 29 touchdowns so far this season against some pretty stiff competition in the SWAL and, of course, our 3 non-conference ball games that we've come up against. Evansville, quite a powerful unit, too. They've scored in their ball games. We'll run them right down from the top: 15, 33, 42, 21, 27, 21, 13, 34, 45, and 19. That last ball game, 45-29 over Beloit Turner. So they can really put the ball into the end zone. Evansville has rushed over 200 yards only once, so I thought that was pretty interesting. They've rushed for over 200 yards just once this season. However, they have passed over 200 yards five different times, plus one time in the 190s, another time in the 180s. So 7 times they've been right close to the 200-yard mark in passing. So Evansville definitely, I think, is the coach says 50-50, but I think more like 60-40 for the passing for Evansville. Prairie du Chien, on the other hand, has rushed numerous times over 200. When it isn't a 200-yard rushing game, it's a bad game for Prairie du Chien. A couple moments ago, I spoke to head coach Paul Bebo of the Prairie du Chien Blackhawks on his feelings about being right here tonight.
Well, it's really a privilege to be here, Rob. I really feel that way. I think we got an excellent group of kids that, I guess it was almost 3 months ago now. We started fall practice and dedicated a lot of hours, a lot of hard work, and the getting to the conference championship is really our goal, and whatever came next, whatever came along as far as the rewards in the playoffs, that's just gravy.
I was going to ask you, I don't think I've asked you before, but was this playoff, of course, in the back of your mind before the season began, and did you tell the fellas that?
No, we never mentioned it. We played one game at a time, and we started that way in the first part of the school year, and we went all the way through at the Richard Center. We were not looking forward to any other ball game.
Have you had enough time to practice in preparing for this Evansville team?
Yes, once the season starts, I think that you get the 4 days to go through your practices and talk to the kids and get things right up. I think that's sufficient time.
What's going to be the toughest thing to stop for Evansville?
Evansville has a passer by the number of 86. His name is Ken Schmidt. He is an excellent pass receiver. He's probably the best that we've seen so far this year. And Elmer is not a bad quarterback and does a real fine job of throwing the ball from Elmer to Schmidt. We must stop that in order to beat Evansville.
Will a pass rush be a prime purpose for the passing of that, or stopping of the pass?
We've worked on it all week. We worked on a pass rush, and we're trying to get to that quarterback before he has ample time to throw the ball. That's one of the keys.
That's head coach Paul Bebo commenting about tonight's ball game. And talking to Paul, you can really tell he is super proud to be here tonight against Evansville. We were here 2 years ago and lost 21-7 to Iowa Grand, as you know. Another couple of things about Evansville, their scores. We have to watch out for number 24, not a big guy, Eldon Camper. He scored 12 touchdown runs, 3 touchdown passes, and he is a real good little running back, kind of in the I formation. Their other fellow, of course, we have to watch out for is Ken Schmidt, their number 86, and 7 touchdown passes, make it 9 touchdown passes this year. They also go a number of times on the 2-point pass conversion. All of their 2-point conversions have been by way of pass. They haven't ran for the 2-point conversion at all. So their leading scorer then would be number 24, Camper, who scored 15 touchdowns. Schmidt has scored 7 touchdowns. Prairie du Chien's leading scorer is Brian Scheckler. He scored 9 touchdowns this year, all on the ground. And Bill Kozelka has scored 8 touchdowns, 7 of those on the ground. And Carl Shedevy, the quarterback, has scored 7 touchdowns this year. I want to ask Norm Basham his thoughts about being here and also Prairie du Chien's chances in tonight's game. What do you think?
Rob, it's an exciting place to be. There's no question about it. We have a beautiful facility. It's the perfect night for football, something you don't find in a first week of November. Temperatures in the mid-60s as we get set for this ball game. I'm looking forward to the contest. I think that Prairie du Chien had an outstanding, and I guess that's an understatement. They've had several outstanding years in a row, and I think they're emotionally ready for the ball game. No way I can make a prediction. I don't know what Evansville has, but I know in your conversations with Coach Brezowitz and with people who know Evansville, they have a very fine ball club also, and you summed it up pretty well when you said it'll be the pass versus the rush. They've gone to the pass all year. It's been their bread and butter, and they'll have to do the same thing tonight. On the other hand, Coach Paul Bebo will use ball control. The longer we can eat up that clock, play our game. If we can stay in our game pattern, we'll be all right.
Let's talk to Coach Bob Brezowitz and see what he has to say. You know, I talked to him a little while ago. He didn't really, one of those, tonight, I don't know if he was nervous, but he was much more talkative when you talked to him earlier in the week. We'll see what he has to say tonight. Coach, are you as proud of your fellas as everybody in the stands seems to be tonight? It has to be a proud moment for Evansville.
Oh, yes, very much, very much.
How's the injury situation this week for you? Are you all set to go?
We're fine. We're 100%. Injuries are not a factor.
Would you have liked to have more time to prepare? Did you get ample time to prepare and everything you need to do?
I think in a situation like this, we'd all like to have more time, but Sure, we're fine. We had just as much time as they had, and so we're both in the same situation.
Head coach Bob Brezowitz of Evansville, the number 1 team in Division number 3. Give you the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. By the way, the co-captains Carl Shedeby and Mike Hedeman for Prairie du Chien. And before we get to those starting lineups for Prairie du Chien and for Evansville, we'll take a timeout. This is your Prairie du Chien High School Football Report.
Sometimes it's nice.
6'2", 180, a junior. Bruce White, 6'2", 185, a senior. At the tackles, Rich Stovey, 6'1", 210, a senior. Ed Aikstead, 5'11", 185, a senior. To the 2 guards, Paul Valley, 5'11", 165, a senior. Good to see Dan Check back with us, 5'10", 180. He's a senior. Hiking the ball, Ramey Haynes, 6 foot, 175. Quarterback, Carl Shedeby, 6 foot, 170, senior. Bill Kozalka, one of the running backs, 6 foot, 175, senior. Fullback Brian Scheckler, 5'11", 190, a senior. John Carroll, 5'11", 175, a senior for Prairie du Chien. Lots of seniors for the Hawks. Starting lineup for Evansville, their big end, Ken Schmidt. He goes 6'2", 170. He's a senior. He's been talked to at least by way of mail. Notre Dame, Wisconsin, all the Big Ten schools, a lot of the Eastern schools, Harvard, Yale. He's an A student, so he's a good one. Ken Schmidt, number 86. We'll be looking at him tonight. 6'2", 170, a senior. Todd Hipke, Hipke, 5'8", 175, the other end. The running backs are Greg Gard, 6'1", 175. Quarterback Mark Elmer, 6'1", 180. Fullback Randy Hatlin, 6 foot, 175. The running back we have to watch out for, tailback Eldon Camper, 5'8", 160. Try to give you the lineman, their best lineman, number 75, Bob Picken. Norb, take it away.
There's the opening kickoff. Bill Fisher booms the ball down to the 10-yard line where it's taken by. There's a reverse. Now back to the 10, up to the 15. It's 20. Going on the left side of the field. There's an opening to 30, to 35. Over to 35 before the runner is brought down by Prairie du Chien on the far side of the field. And a very effective reverse for Evansville as they start this first series of the ball game, 1st and 10.
For Prairie du Chien, Dick Walker making the tackle for Prairie du Chien. Bill Walker, number 28.
We're set to go. They spot the ball at the 37-yard line. Evansville, 1st and 10. They flank a man wide to the right. This ball club will use about 4 different formations. This time the pitch back, trying to turn the corner, and he does up to the 40-yard line. It's going to take us just a few minutes to familiarize ourselves with the ball players from Evansville, but that carrier that time was Eldon Camper, the workhorse of Evansville, who was brought down by number 60, Randy Fisher, for Prairie du Chien.
I think one of the big keys is going to be how well we can stop the run. If we can stop the run and make them pass, I think it's going to be a lot better. Boy, if they get their running game going, we're going to be hurting.
Gain of 5 on the play, out to the 42-yard line, 2nd and 5. The line is set. There's the snap. This time there's the pass over the left side. Complete down to the 45-yard line. The runner gets away up to the 45, the 40 to 35, the 30 to 20, the 15, the 10. Into the end zone, touchdown. And what elusive speed that was by Eldon Camper, number 24. And Evansville has scored first in this ball game with 10:50 in the first period of play. 57-yard touchdown scamper by Eldon Camper on the pass from Mark Elmer.
It was a flea flicker, Norb. They threw it out to the left end, and that left end on that side, I believe, was Hipke, number 22. He caught the ball on the sideline. Camper, the I-back, came around him, and he just pitched it back to him, and he ran about the additional 50 yards. It was about a 7-yard pass, and then the flip back to Camper, and he went the rest of the way. So they're going all out, and I like that kind of play, I'll tell you.
Tremendous speed by Camper, Rob. He simply outran this. The ball is down. The kick is up. It's good. Evansville 7, Prairie du Chien nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. This is your high school football report.
Don't just buy any home at first glance. Get the full details first from Uncle Howie the Landman at Eggstad Realty in Prairie du Chien. Boots and Howie want to please their customers and are honest with the buyer as well as the seller. You'll be pleased with the service you get from Eggstad Realty, 208 East Blackhawk in Prairie du Chien.
Enjoy extended banking hours, 2 handy drive-up windows, and plenty of off-street parking at the Prairie City Bank. We're your full-time, full-service financial center. We're the Prairie City Bank, members FDIC.
Why take chances with your family's protection? Your Prairie du Chien man from Equitable, Matt Schaff, or Harry Lochner can help you provide money for retirement and emergency funds for education, or if you die, income for your family. Contact Equitable Life Assurance.
an exciting play. Their second play of the ball game with a flea flicker out to the end, a pitch back on the lateral to the halfback coming around, and they go down the left sideline and score from 57, Norb.
There's the Evansville kickoff. They try a short kick, a squibber down to the 45-yard line, where it's handled very nicely by Prairie du Chien. Who is that? 67. One of the linemen. Is that Edelman?
67 would be, I'm going to
That's
say
Mike
Lemons
Edelman.
or... Right, but he went off the field. That's what, yeah.
Evansville took over, and Evansville is now at a 4th and 5 situation.
Yeah, they just punted, and then Kazelka's called for the fair catch at our own about 35 or 40-yard line. It hit an Evansville player. That's the reason for the flag. They have to give us a chance to catch the ball. So it'll be Prairie du Chien's ball now on our own 45-yard line, and 1st and 10 going the other way. That drive that you just described, we had a couple, 2, 3, 4 first downs, and then we got it down to about the 15 or so, and then Carl Shedovy was really hit hard, and that caused the fumble, so they got the ball back, but now we have it back.
Okay, Prairie du Chien has sent a man in motion every time they've had the ball, and the Hawks take over. This time pick up about 2 or 3 yards. The ball carrier is Brian Scheckler. Gain of 3, it'll be 2nd and 7 for Prairie du Chien with 5 minutes and 21 seconds to go in this first period of play. There was a lot of excitement during that Prairie du Chien drive, too. A pass was almost intercepted by Evansville, but then Bill Kazelka got the ball, then fumbled the ball out of bounds, and we got it with in good time, but then the fumble stopped our drive. This time, beautiful play over the near side is Yeomans. Yeomans picks up a first down to the 40-yard line of Evansville. Bob Pickett, number 75, the tackler for the Evansville Blue Devils. Yeomans into the ball game, ran very hard.
Well, that was a nice play to the near sideline. Lots of good blocking. A couple of plays, I think, when we were off the air, we tried to go wide, and they had 2 or 3 guys wide for some reason. I don't know if they didn't go for the inside fakes or what, but the wide stuff hasn't been going except right there. It went beautifully and picked up enough for the first.
All right, 1st and 10, Rob, at the 38-yard line of Evansville. This time the draw, no gain. Perhaps 1 yard before Prairie du Chien is pushed back by the heart of the Evansville line. Brian Scheckler, who's been the workhorse all year for Prairie du Chien, has stopped after a gain of 1.5 out to the 40-yard line. What a night for football, I'll tell you. 4 minutes, 22 seconds, first period of play. Evansville ranked number 1 in Division III. Prairie du Chien ranked number 2. Evansville leads 7-0. The Hawks have the ball, 2nd and 9 at the Evansville 40-yard line. Carl Shedovy, the quarterback for Prairie du Chien. Fakes a handoff. Now he rolls to the right. He's going to be hemmed in, tries to break away, falls forward over the 40-yard line for a couple of yards. And the pass, or rather the rush by Evansville has been, I think, real good, Rob.
They're holding their own on the outside. That is, they're not charging in and they're not falling back. They're just holding their own right at the line of scrimmage, but they have so many people spread out along that line of scrimmage. They play 4 down linemen and 4 linebackers. So those linebackers are in up position. They're pretty hard to knock around back there unless you get a real good block on them. But watch, they have 4 guys standing behind the line of scrimmage on defense.
3rd and 7 at 37. Carl wants to pass. There's the draw to Kazelka. Kazelka over the 35-yard line, down to the 34-yard line. The tackler for Evansville was John Meredith, number 40, coming up from his defensive end position. Those 4 down linemen are John Meredith, Dan Hunt, Dave Neild, and Sean Dunphy. They go 160, 200, 175, and 175. Then the linebackers are 205, 190, and 160, and they're the heart of the Evansville defense.
Going for it, Norb.
Big play, 4th and 2. Long count. Carl Shedovy wants to pass. Has time. He's going for the bomb. Bruce White has it. Very close to the 12-yard line. Oh, Bruce White picked that out of the crowd. Nice play.
Talk about the offensive end for Evansville. Bruce White really went super high, and he was, a little bit higher than guard. Of course, White goes 6'2". Well, guard number 42 is 6'1", so they're both about the same height, and Carl just lofted it up for him. That was quite a pass play, going for, and I think it was intended to be a bomb, maybe even longer than it was right there, because he lofted it up into the air. But I'll tell you, Bruce made a super catch, Norb.
Prairie du Chien has the ball at the 14-yard line now. We're knocking on the door. This is about where we were the last time we lost the ball. Again, they send Carroll in the motion to the far side. The pitch back goes to Gazelka, turns the corner, and he is really smashed, but I think he picked up 2 or 3 yards on the play. Well, we're doing what we wanted to do, Rob, though. We're eating up the clock. We're moving the ball very well, very effectively.
We're showing we can, take the ball and stick it right through him on the ground and by way of pass. Carl now 2 of 2 on the pass play. I believe he's 2 out of 2. 2:17 left to go in the first quarter. Evansville scored on the second play of the ball game on a flea flicker, 57 yards. They lead 7-0. Prairie du Chien is knocking at the door, though.
2nd and 8. Again, the draw to Gazelka. Good gainer inside the 10-yard line. And the cheers you're hearing from down below are from the Evansville fans who are directly in front of us. And Bill Gazelka is only 2 yards shy of the first down. Call it 3rd and 2.
Have it at a real nice position. I like it well inside the 10 when we're going for the first down, so we can get to just inside the 5-yard line there and get enough for the first down in 2 cracks. So we have a 3rd down and only a couple to go. So it's in our favor right now.
Ball is at the 7-yard line, midfield. Carl Shadowby looks over his line, quarterback keeper right over the middle, more than enough for the first down inside the 5-yard line. Prairie du Chien really working well, Rob, with 1 minute 26 seconds to go in the first period of play from Platteville. See, they're going to go ahead.
This might take a little bit of the wind out of the sails of Evansville, too. Maybe they thought on that second play that they scored on. Maybe they'd shut us out or something, but Prairie du Chien has really taken the ball right to them, both on this drive right now and the previous drive when we got to about the 15 and then fumbled. So twice we've taken it right down their throats. So we're doing a good job tonight.
1st and goal from the 3. Who got the call? But the runner is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Shecky.
Brian Scheckler picked up inches, perhaps a foot.
No, I think he lost, Norv.
Oh, Scheckler lost a foot, yeah. Rob, right. Good defense that time by Evansville.
Yeah, they really play a smart defense.
Ball club is very similar in statistics, as you mentioned. Offensively and defensively, it's a good matchup. The Hawks break the huddle back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd, call it 4. Carl Shadowby is stopped and thrown back at the 5-yard line. So in 2 plays, we've been unable to move, at least up the middle. See what the Hawks do now. Shadowby picked up the foot we lost on the play before, so it'll be 3rd and 3. Prairie du Chien wants a timeout, is that?
Right.
We'll take a timeout, too, with the score Evansville 7 and Prairie nothing. Discovered a Prairie du Chien fumble at the 4-yard line, and Evansville will take over. And that is the second time in this first period that a Prairie du Chien touchdown drive has been thwarted by a fumble. The first time was at our 16-yard line, or at their 16-yard line, and this time at the 4-yard line. And this play started with 17 seconds on the clock, so we had everything timed out perfectly, Rob.
Well, I don't believe the luck we're having. Get down to the about the 3-yard line and then fumble right there.
And Evansville is going to get, no, they're not going to get a playoff. There it is, the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. Prairie du Chien lost the ball on the 25, the 3, and the 1-yard line, so we were knocking at the door all 3 times. On the other hand, Evansville has fumbled at its 1-yard line, and Prairie du Chien intercepted, and Evansville passed at the 15.
Try to keep track of that. 2nd down is a pick up about 4. 2nd and 6. Quick pitch comes near sideline to Camper. White has him and brushes him down at the 40-yard line. Evansville's own. Fisher also over there, as is that Lenzendorf, 69. Yes, Jeff Lenzendorf. We're without Bill Nicholson tonight, and I think, and I didn't talk to Paul about it, Coach Bebo, but I think that is really a major loss. He's not a starter, but he sure is a starter when it's a passing down. He and Hutchins come in when it's passed.
And we're missing Jeff Panker, too, Rob.
Jeff Pank has got a bum knee, but he is dressed. 3rd, 5, inside reverse. White has him back and flips him down. Beautiful play at the 32-yard line. Bruce White from his defensive right end. They didn't fool us there at all. They tried to get it to 42 Greg Gard. Well, they did. They handed off to him. But he was thrown for, well, they only say about a 3-yard loss, but he really ripped him back to the 34, their own. and they have to get up to about the 47, so it's punt time for Evansville. Going back to punts, the quarterback, Mark Elmer. I guess that guy does it all, North. 6'1", 180, a senior.
First punt of the ball, or second punt of the ball game.
Right, both by Evansville. This time up high. Oh, nice punt down to the 35-yard line, taken there by Kozelke. Comes near sideline, builds to the 45, and scoots out of bounds at about the 46-yard line, our own, and he's decked in front of the Evansville bench near sideline. So Prairie du Chien with nice field position at our own 46-yard line. 1st and 10, now going to the right. All tied up at 7-7 with 7:07 left to go in the ball game. Ramey Haynes comes in. Rich Stovey comes in. Ramey Haynes has done a fine job at that center slot all season long. A real pleasant surprise for Coach Bebo and Coach Nick Campbell. Ramey Haynes goes 6 foot 175, a senior. I'll tell you, they haven't had very many bad exchanges from the center to the quarterback, but we did have one tonight at about the 3-yard line, but not very often. Shedevy, again, a man in motion. That's Carroll. Handoff straight ahead goes to Kozelka. Not too much blocking up front, and he picks up on his own about 2 to the 48-yard line, his own number, 48, Bill Kozelka. 6:54 left to go. All tied up at 7-7. And now John Carroll goes out, and coming in is junior Scott Yeomans. And I think we have a timeout. No, his own timeout. Stovey, 77, has something the matter with his helmet, I believe. I'll tell you, I have butterflies inside even now. Before the ball game, when I was walking out in the field, and I was pretty calm. I thought, just another playoff game. But I got up here, and boy, the butterflies are inside. It's all tied up at 7-7. We're nervous. Imagine the coaches and the players. Has to be a nerve-wracking thing to be in the playoffs. You win and you go on to the finals. We'll be taking on whoever wins this ball game, of course. We'll be taking on the, we'll take a timeout. Okay, timeout. Prairie du Chien. Be back in a minute. This is your high school football report.
Hemrick's Rexall Drug Store in Prairie du Chien offers complete prescription and family record service, a liberal golden age prescription discount, and free delivery. You'll enjoy the service you get at Hemrick's Rexall Drugs in downtown Prairie du Chien. If you found yourself short of ideas, you'll get a lot of inspiration at Ben Franklin Family Center. You can walk through any section of their store and you'll find just the perfect item, whether it's for your home or as a gift. Fashions? Oh yes, a complete line for your family at Ben Franklin Family Center in Commerce Court, Prairie du Chien. Take a good look at the tough new line of 1979 Ford trucks, now at Jerry Sullivan Ford Lincoln Mercury, south of Prairie du Chien. And take your choice of club wagons, Econoline vans, Broncos, Rancheros, and Couriers, all 79 Ford trucks, now at Jerry Sullivan Ford Lincoln Mercury, south of Prairie du Chien.
This ball game will go on and meet either Plymouth or Ashland. Those two teams play tomorrow. 2nd down and 8 after a Prairie du Chien timeout. Inside reverse comes to Yeomans, gets to the 50 and into Evansville territory at about the 49. That is one of the few times that we've gone the inside reverse to somebody other than the speedy Kozelka. In on the tackle, it's Randy Hatlin, number 34 for Evansville. Yogi goes out now. Carroll comes back in. Ashland and Plymouth will be playing tomorrow, and I spot the Plymouth squad from the Packerland Conference right down here in front of us there in their purple and yellow Minnesota Viking colors, and I see a couple of coaches down there with the stat sheet. 3rd down, 3rd and about 5 for Prairie du Chien, and we're going right to left to right. Incomplete on the pass. They tried to hit White, but it was batted at the line of scrimmage and tumbled end over end at about the 40. Would have been enough for the 1st down, but it was batted at the line of scrimmage, and White didn't really have a chance, North.
That was a little scary, Rob, because Greg Guard was back there on White, and the ball almost ended up in his hands, but it bounced right in front of him, and that was too close for comfort.
Sure was. Hipke back to receive the punt at about the 10. The punt end over end by Wakuda is going to get a good Prairie du Chien roll. Stay out of the end zone, though. Prairie du Chien at the 5-yard line, down at the 2, huh? Great job.
Play.
Somebody's down there. That's Osterhaus, 38, is down there to get on that ball at about the 2 or 3 yard line. And what a punt from what was our line of scrimmage, about the 40. What was that? About the 47, and he gets about a 45-yard punt out of it or so. So great punt by Ed Wakuda, and it went end over end. So I had a feeling that if it hit the ground, they didn't catch it in the air, it was going to get a good roll, and sure did, all the way down to the 3-yard line officially. All tied up at 7. Don't forget, these guys will pass in any situation. Like right now, they're backed up against the wall. Evansville, Elmer's quarterback, quick pitch, and he pitched it back into the end zone. He is hit, and it's going to be close. I think his helmet and maybe the ball outside. Camper, 24. And I couldn't see from the left side who came up and made the hit, but he was down now, and that's a loss on the play. Boy, that football is
That's
right.
almost in the end zone,
I'll
Rob.
tell you, it's a football length outside the end zone, and doggone, I think it was 38 Osterhaus. You know, we have beautiful facility, but we're about 3 times away from the field. We're up high, but we're about 3 times away from the field than, say, we are at Prairie du Chien, so we are a long ways, and we have to pick out those numbers. Osterhaus, credit Osterhaus with the tackle there. It's 12 to go for the first down. A big hole up, and it's taken there, and they get enough for the first down over the 15-yard line. Beautiful run by, I believe that was 34 Hatlin. I don't know what happened there, but boy, there was a huge, huge hole, and that gets them out of a hole there, a pickup of about 16 on the play out to the 17-yard line.
Boy, Hatlin runs hard, Rob. He broke a tackle at about the 8 or 9-yard line, and then it took 2 Prairie du Chien boys to bring him down.
Hatlin doesn't really handle the ball that much. They go to Camper and also guard much of the time. Camper now, or Hipke is flanked out way to the left now. It's first down. Elmer, and he's going to be smacked. Fisher has a fumble on the play. Prairie du Chien is waving, we got it. Let's wait and see. It is. Prairie du Chien recovered that ball, and 69 Lenzendorf, and also over there is 62 Paul Valley, and I don't know who got it. It was either Valley or Lenzendorf, Norman. Really, I couldn't tell who got it, but boy, they really creamed Elmer, the quarterback, and Prairie du Chien has the ball at the 6-yard line. Another golden opportunity for Prairie du Chien with 4:25 left to go in the first half, all tied up at 7 apiece. A fumble recovered by, I don't know, Valley or Lenzendorf, and we get the ball this time back to pass. Carl, he's going to be hemmed in. He throws it out, beautiful catch inside the 10-yard line. Kazelka, he spins around, does a 360, goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Prairie du Chien. Bill Kazelka, credit Kazelka. After he caught the ball, he stayed in bounds and did a super job. He had his back to the sideline, and he had to turn completely around, elude one guy at the 10-yard line, and he tiptoed into the end zone and did a super job right there, Bill Kazelka. And it wasn't a bad pass from Shedevy. Shedevy drilled it to the right sideline and did some nice running work to get away from the rush. Prairie du Chien leads 13-7. We're passing more than we ever have, I think, Nord, with 4:09 left to go. It's going to be a high pass from center. Kazelka wants to pass. He has a man in the end zone. It's in, and it's caught. I believe it's caught. No flag on the play. 2-point conversion. Is that Wakuda? I believe it is. Sure. Yep, that's 82 Wakuda with the points after. That's his second 2-point conversion of the year. He's also scored a touchdown pass. Eddie Wakuda, 15-7. Prairie du Chien leads, and we'll be back with the next kickoff in just a moment. This is your Prairie du Chien High School football report.
Sometimes it's nice just to sit, especially when it's in a comfortable, sturdy, lazy boy chair from Knapp's Home Furnishings. Recline and relax while you're sitting there listening to the football game. For any type of furniture or carpeting for your home, you'll find it all at Knapp's Home Furnishings in Commerce Court, Prairie du Chien.
Enjoy extended banking hours, 2 handy drive-up windows, and plenty of off-street parking at the Prairie City Bank. We're your full-time, full-service financial center. We're the Prairie City Bank, members FDIC.
Johnson International on South Marquette Road in Prairie du Chien is glad to be a sponsor of Prairie High Football. Be sure and stop in soon and see their full line of new and used equipment and farm tractors. That's Johnson International.
Paul Bebo's son, Jay Bebo, kicks off, and he gets it down to about the 25-yard line, and it is recovered right there. Jeff Bebo, 4:07 left to go. For some reason, Fisher, although he has his first kickoff went down to the 10, his next one to about the 15. Bill has a bad arm, but at any rate, that squib kick, soccer style by Jeff Bebo, worked out really good. 25-yard line, Evansville with the ball. They go right up the middle. A nice big hole taken there and corralled at about the 32-yard line, but they got too much on that one. Let's see, Osterhaus making the tackle. Wachter, 28, also making the tackle for Prairie du Chien. That run was by, not Carroll, I want to say Camper. number 24. He's not that big, but he picked up 8 big ones there, and they're out to the 33-yard line. Their own Evansville with the ball. They have a flanker out to the right. This is a pro set if I ever saw one. 2 flankers and 2 split men out from the backfield. Elmer has the ball tapped a little bit, but it's caught inbounds at the 45-yard line, and Kozelka over to make the tackle. Lenzendorf also on Eldon Camper. They scat back. Well, that was a pro set. They had a fullback, and that was Hatlin right behind Elmer, the quarterback. They had both other running backs in a wing position. They had 2 split ends, no tight end. So that was a definite passing situation there. 3 minutes, coming up on 3 minutes to go in the first half, and it's a scary team, this Evansville team. They haven't completed very many. In fact, that might be the first one that they've caught tonight. 15-7 is the score. Prairie du Chien is ahead. Elmer, drop back pass, back to his 35, batted away by Fisher. Randy Fisher, number 60, was in there quickly from his middle guard position. He leaped up in the air and batted the ball backwards. The ball now is at the 20-yard line. They have to have a ball boy come in to get the ball, so he really batted that ball about 15 yards backwards. So super job by Fisher.
Randy Fisher, Robson, earning a starting defensive assignment just a few games ago, really has come on. He's played Super Bowl. Defensively, he's at the heart of that line and really has done the job. And there was a good sign of it.
I'll tell you. Those 2 fellas looks like interchange. Now you have number 44, Scheckler, over the guards, over the center, so he's the middle guard. 3 men right over the middle. 2 flankers again out to the right. Split end to the left. Elmer goes back to pass. Wants a sideline pattern. He slips and falls, and that's got to be number 86. He's made more of those catches, I understand, this year. He slipped and fell. It was like a hook slide into second base, and he still managed to catch the ball. He was down on the ground by the time the ball got there. Good catch, and that is in Prairie du Chien territory, and enough for a first down at the 47-yard line of Prairie du Chien. Norb, that guy, I guess, does it all season long.
I don't know how he held that ball at all, Rob. I thought maybe he had trapped it. As you said, he was down on the ground, and somehow he managed to hold on to the ball. The pass coverage was real good. The pass was underthrown, and Schmidt got it.
Chedevy has Schmidt one-on-one. He did as good a job as he can do right there. 1st and 10, 47-yard line. Here comes Elmer. Now he gives off to Camper, the little scat back, and he's upended by 28 Wachter at the 40-yard line. A pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 40-yard line of Prairie du Chien. Clock running with 2:12 left to go. Prairie du Chien leads 15-7. On that extra point, getting back to the extra point, I don't think it was an intended pass play. Fisher was back to kick, and it looked to me like it was a high snap, and Kozelka drilled it into Ed Wakuda, and we got the 2-point conversion, thus the 15 points, 15-7, Prairie du Chien. At the 40-yard line, Evansville, the Blue Devils, roll-off pass off to the right, has a man out of the backfield, has him, first down territory at the 35, down to the 30, and he's wrestled down to the 25-yard line. Is that Camper? Yes, it is. Camper hit him out of the backfield. He's asking a couple of their fans how they pass. They don't only pass to Schmidt, the best end that we've seen, but they also pass to their backfield men. Bill Wachter, 28, making the tackle for Prairie du Chien. Evansville wants a timeout, so we'll take a time. This is your Prairie du Chien High School playoff report.
Don't just buy any home at first glance. Get the full details first from Uncle Howie the Landman at Eggstad Realty in Prairie du Chien. Boots and Howie want to please their customers and are honest with the buyer as well as the seller. You'll be pleased with the service you get from Eggstad Realty, 208 East Blackhawk in Prairie du Chien.
Enjoy extended banking hours, 2 handy drive-up windows, and plenty of off-street parking at the Prairie City Bank. We're your full-time, full-service financial center. We're the Prairie City Bank, members FDIC.
Why take chances with your family's protection? Your Prairie du Chien man from Equitable, Matt Schaff, or Harry Lochner can help you provide money for retirement and emergency funds for education, or if you die, income for your family. Contact Equitable Life Assurance.
I think this is a big series, a big 1:43 left on the clock. If we can hold it. Drop back pass. I thought Schmidt had the ball as Elmer, the quarterback, really drilled it into his big end, Schmidt, and Carl Chedevy made a hit right at the goal line, and the ball finally squiggled loose and Prairie du Chien had new life. Then on third down, Carl picked this one off right at the goal line and ran it out to the 25. Norm?
Well, Rob, we're back in business. Sorry about the cutoffs. We're going to kill the operator when we get out of here. I'll tell you that, but we're back in business. As you say, Prairie du Chien leads 15-7.
52 seconds left to go. Prairie du Chien now, no fumble here. Give it off to Yogi. The little guy gets over to the 30-yard line to about the 34-yard line. Pickup of 9 from the little guy with 44 seconds left to go. Any other team, and we might be taking some timeouts here, but I don't think we're going to take any chances. 15-7. Prairie du Chien leads. 34 seconds left to go. That was quite a drive by Evansville all the way down to our 7-yard line, and the defense really held. It's pass for Evansville in that last about 3 or 4 minutes of the first half. And we have the ball now with 20. Carl may just hang on to the ball here. We have a 2nd down and 1. Carl Shedevy, the quarterback, this time inside reverse to Bill Kozalka. One final try at the 40, 45, the 50, and down to the 49-yard line with 8 seconds left to go. It'll be time out to move the chains now. Whether we'll take a time, I don't know. With 8 seconds left, let's keep it right here with 8 seconds left to go, Norm. We lead 15-7. We've said time and again, this is a crazy ball game. And I think if each team would have taken advantage of the turnovers and made them work for their own good, Prairie du Chien would have another couple of touchdowns up on the board, and Evansville would. So if we're not opportunistic here tonight, but I'm not complaining, we lead 15-7. Was this all you thought it would be? This is a playoff game, no?
Oh, this is exciting, Rob. We've seen so much happen. The fumbles and the interceptions have really made this especially exciting. And Evansville is an exciting team. And I might add that Prairie du Chien, though sometimes we're methodical, we play Ohio State brand of football. Tonight we've been showing a lot of excitement, I think, too. Very explosive.
I'll tell you, the coaches had said, watch out, few wrinkles for Prairie du Chien. We've seen passes. Of course, we have seen passes on other than 3rd and long. We've seen passes on 1st down, but boy, Prairie du Chien's playing a fine ball game. Carl back to pass. He's going to be hemmed in. He tugs that ball with 2 hands at the 40-yard line.
Stop pushing here.
Right, nice play. Carl Shedevy hung on to that ball, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So Carl did a smart thing. I didn't watch the receivers to see where we were going, but at least we were going for pass there with 2 seconds left to go. So we were going for broke. Prairie du Chien 15, Evansville 7. The WIAA Division III playoffs. Prairie du Chien is ahead 15-7 here at the half. We'll be back. This is your Prairie du Chien High School football report.
After the game, be sure and stop at Country Kitchen on North Marquette Road in Prairie du Chien for a sandwich or snack. It's a good way to top off the evening. Country Kitchen, where the food is delicious, in Prairie du Chien. The hunting season is underway, and Stark's is ready. Stark's has hundreds of guns on sale now. Anything from high-power rifles to squirrel guns. All shotguns are at special low prices. Stop in at Stark's in Prairie du Chien. If you want that patio, driveway, or walk put in before Old Man Winter beats you, get going right now. Contact Prairie Ready Mix here in Prairie du Chien or Boscobel Ready Mix. You set the date and time, Prairie Ready Mix will be there with the finest ready mix in the area.
All right, before we have our halftime guest, we want to try to clarify our technical problems with the phone company, if they'll give us some cooperation. You don't get great cooperation from the phone company. One of those things, we extend our apologies for that, but football-wise, it's been a great first half. 15-7 is the score. We'll talk about the fumbles and the intercepted passes and the excitement in just a few moments. We're going to toss it back for a little music, and then we'll be back in about 2 minutes, so stand by. This is your high school football report. Real nice guy, Frank McCormick from the WIAA. Well, the first half of football, with 10:50 in the first period, it was the second play of the game, actually. A 57-yard pass play from Elmer to Hepke, and it was just a beautiful thing. It was actually the pass play didn't cover 57 yards. It covered about 10 yards to Hepke, and he lateraled to Camper, and Camper turned down the speed, went into the end zone, 57 yards, 6-0 the score. The kick was good, 7-0. Prairie du Chien fumbled with 6:49 in the first period at the 25-yard line after making 3 first downs. With 17 seconds, Prairie du Chien this time knocking at the door again at the 3-yard line on a bad exchange from the center. Evansville led after 1-7-0. Second period, Evansville fumbled at the 4, recovered by Hedeman. A minute after that, actually a play after that, I stand corrected. Prairie du Chien fumbled. Bill Kazelka at the 1, recovered by Evansville. A minute after that, it was Kazelka intercepting a pass at the 15, ran it back to the 11. Shedley went over from the 1-yard line. The kick by Fisher was good, 7-7. With 4:31, Evansville fumbled at the 6. Valley or Lenzendorf recovered. We couldn't be sure who. And then on the next play, it was Shedley to Kazelka, a touchdown pass, 6 yards, 13-7. A little mix-up then on the point after. It was supposed to be a kick. It was a high snap, so it was Kazelka passing it to Wachter, 15-7 on the 2-point conversion, and Prairie du Chien still holds that lead. With a minute left in the half, Shedley intercepted a pass on the 6-yard line to stop an Evansville drive. So it's been a rock'em sock'em ball game, a very exciting ball game. The winner will, of course, go into the state championship game next week. There are all kinds of things happening, Rob.
Right. Plymouth and Ashland will be playing tomorrow night, and the winner, of course, of this game will play the winner of that game for the Division number 3 playoffs. Now, they had a kickoff before that they tried a little onside. We'll see what they do now. Okay. We'll check her every minute then. There they go. A squibber. It's a high one. Get on it, guys. And we do. Prairie du Chien recovers at the 33-yard line. That was more like a field goal attempt, very high, Nord. So they're trying a little bit of everything.
And Prairie du Chien had 5 players around that ball. Right. They formed a huddle, and they all fell on it. Evansville couldn't get near the ball. Heads-up football by Prairie du Chien, Rob.
Right. Phi, Cheka, Lenzendorf go off to the sideline. They were right around the ball. So Prairie du Chien with good field position, our own 33-yard line, 1st and 10. I'm glad we get the ball to start off the third quarter. We've, as Norb mentioned, a number of fumbles for Prairie du Chien, 4 of them that we can think of off the bat, that we lost 3 of them, and another fumble as well. So Prairie du Chien will have to put the stick-em on their hands and hang on to the ball now. We lead, Prairie du Chien in the lead, and we have the ball to open up the third quarter of play. This time Scheckler tries to go outside, and he's rumbled down after a pickup of about 4 to the 37-yard line. The big guy in that line, number 75, making the tackle. That's Pickham, isn't it, Norb? Right. Bob Pickham. They say that this guy might have college potential, too. So they do have a couple of ball players that are going to, I'm sure, go on to play college ball. They had a quarterback that went out to, where was it? One of the Dakotas, I believe, one of their quarterbacks from a couple of years ago. So they do have fine individual personnel, does Evansville, and they have a fine all-around team or they wouldn't be here. That was a pickup of 4, 2nd down 7 for Prairie du Chien, 2nd down 6. This time the little guy, that is Yogi. Yeomans gets up to the 47-yard line. That was a pickup of about 10 or 11 yards on that play. How about that run by Yogi?
Beautiful yard by Yeomans. More than enough for the first down. He turned on a burst of speed right up the middle, Rob. It was just a delightful run. Brought the ball out to the 47-yard line. Prairie has it 1st and 10.
Prairie du Chien, as we also mentioned that Prairie du Chien had a number of drives in that first half. Evansville had only one. That was just prior to the first half ending. 15-7, Prairie du Chien leading. We have the ball at the 46-yard line. Our own this time outside goes to Shedley, and he picks up about 4. Nice blocking outside by Carroll, and also Bucky White, number 84, the left offensive end. So nice work blocking. And this time, Scheckler's run outside, off tackle twice, and I don't think in the first half he did at all. And in the last part of the season, that's been a real winner for Prairie du Chien, the outside run by the fullback Scheckler. Coming up on 10 minutes to go now in the third quarter of play. We'll see what kind of defense Evansville is in. They have 4 down linemen and 5 linebackers. 3 down men, 5 linebackers. This time, quick pitch goes out to Yogi. He fumbles the ball after he picks up a first down. I think Evansville has it. Boy, that was a beautiful run by Yogi. He got up to about the 40, up to the 50, and then into Evansville territory at the 40-yard line. However, he fumbled it forward, and Evansville recovers. Evansville recovers the football at the 29-yard line, their own. So Norb, yet another drive snuffed out by the fumble. And he wasn't hit particularly hard, but I think they must have jarred the ball and maybe grabbed his arms loose from the ball because he wasn't stuck particularly hard at all. That was a tough break for Yogi. He had a super run. 9.5 left to go in the third quarter. Elmer this time gives it to Camper. He's met at the line of scrimmage there by the middle of the line for Prairie du Chien. That is Fisher, number 60.
I just really, Rob, that you take a look at the fumbles. We haven't had fumbles like this all year, whether it's the case of the jitters. I don't know. You can't say cold hands on a night like this.
Oh, super.
But a lot of pressure playing in a stadium like this.
I think a combination of things. Maybe they're just going for the ball more than any other team. But we are fumbling the ball to them. Evansville with the ball. That was a pickup of only 2. This time wide open hole right up the middle of the football field, down to the 40 or up to the 40-yard line, up to the 42 goes. I don't think that's guard. That's Hatlin, number 34, who doesn't get to run that often. He made the best of it there as he picked up over 10 yards, enough for the first down. The ball at the 42-yard line, Evansville's own. It seemed like everything opened up. Now, they've used that run a couple of times from Hatlin, the fullback, number 34. He's 175, but he did have a big hole and got the yardage needed. Elmer this time hands off to guard, I believe, or no, is that Hatlin again? Another run by Hatlin for 9 yards. In on the tackle for Prairie du Chien. Deep back there is Osterhaus. Too far back was Osterhaus there. Well, it wasn't his fault. That's where he tackled him, and they picked up about 9 on the play, I believe.
Boy, Hatlin has shown a lot of good running ability tonight, and as Coach Bresowitz said, they have a diversified attack aside from the pass that we've been talking about. They run very well.
Yeah, they sure do. We mentioned before, both teams averaging about the same. Offensively, Evansville at 27 points a game, Prairie du Chien at 26. We're both giving up 7 points. Rushing, Prairie du Chien has the edge there, 233 yards rushing on an average, and they have about 135. So we're way ahead there, but they outpass us from game to game. It's enough for the first down. On first down, Elmer goes back to pass. Has a man out in the flat. No good. Incomplete. Overshot. Fisher really put the pressure on him and really decked number 15, Mark Elmer. Elmer gets up rather slowly, but he's all right. Fisher's done a job.
Really outstanding, Rob, and he's going to be back next year, I think, which is encouraging, too, not to look ahead then, because we still have a second half here, and hopefully a game next week that Fisher has really come on.
Yeah, he sure will be back. He's only a junior. Back to defend, they tried to hit Hipke, their split end off to the left. Back to defend was Kozelka, and he did a good job of that. Hipke flanked out 10 yards to the left, Schmidt 10 yards to the right. Boom, right up the middle to Hatlin. Missed the tackle at the 40, down up to the 35, and out of bounds at the 30-yard line, inside the 30. Kozelka making the tackle at the 28. Hatlin has run for 3 straight first downs for the Evansville Blue Devils. And Hatlin was a little bit upset. He thought it was face masking on Prairie du Chien. However, it was not. No flag on the play, but they sure get it the first down, and they're doing it mostly, well, in fact, entirely on the ground. They got the ball after a Prairie du Chien fumble at about the 25, and they moved it up to just about to our 25. It's at the 28-yard line. Prairie du Chien's own. Quick out. Tries to hit a man. Overshoots Schmidt. And it's incomplete. Clock stop. 8:01 left to go in the third period.
I was thinking Evansville might be a little pass shy, Ron, because Kozelka intercepted one and Shedovy intercepted another, so our pass defense has been excellent.
On the year, Elmer has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 passes intercepted. Not too bad for a guy that throws about 200 times or so this year. I think he's completed just about 100 passes, and he's hitting 50% of his passes. He's a good one. Second down 10, 28-yard line of Prairie du Chien. This is hit at the line of scrimmage and nearly intercepted. Dan Check had a shot at it. I think it was Paul Valley, 62, and also Randy Fisher, 60, in on Elmer. That was right in the hands of Check, 64, at about the 25-yard line. He had a lot of daylight in front of him.
Well, I thought he had the ball, but I think he may have been looking downfield a little bit rather than the ball, because I'm sure he thought he had the ball, too.
Wide open spaces downfield. It was right along the far sideline. They throw those down and outs with regularity. They just pick up 7 or 8, or at least that is the intention of those down and outs. Flanker right, flanker left. Elmer back. Now it's going to be a draw play. Wide open hole up the middle. Going to be enough for a first down, or nearly at the 16-yard line. And somebody isn't staying put in the middle of the defensive alignment for Prairie du Chien. We had them with a third down and 10, and they get enough for the first down at the 17. And again, we mentioned and stressed that it's been all on the run. They've passed, but they've passed incomplete. It's been all run from the 25-yard line to our 17-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 from the 17, and Prairie du Chien defense. Somebody in the middle has to stay put. They're running out of position or something because the middle has been wide open on those runs. This time, right up the middle, Hatlin, and we stay put that time and get them.
You called it exactly right. That time the line didn't move, and Hatlin ran right into the arms of the tackler, whoever.
Scheckler and also Fisher, 60, right there. Those two fellas at the heart of the interior of that line for Prairie du Chien. White is in there at an end, Valley at an end. One of the tackles is Mike Hedeman. You have Osterhaus and Wachter outside, and inside you have Check along with Stovey. Then you have Scheckler and Kozalka in the deep backs for Prairie du Chien. That was a pickup of none. 2nd down 10. This time they want to roll. They do. They roll right. Elmer has it back to the line of scrimmage to the 15-yard line. Solo tackle, Check. Also, is that Fisher again? Boy, is he tough.
Yeah, it is, Rob.
Randy Fisher is really one tough cookie since coming in and starting. He's been as good as anybody defensively. 6'1", 180, Randy Fisher. He's a junior. That was a pickup of only 1, 3rd down and 9 from the 15-yard line. They call it 8 on the board. We'll go with that. 3rd down and 8 from the 15-yard line. A big play for Evansville now on offense. Wow. Pro set. 2 flankers, 2 split men. Elmer passes out. It's going to be short at the 5-yard line. Over to defend Kozalka. The pass intended for Hipke, 22, Todd Hipke. They really go to him a lot, and I'm a little bit surprised that they go to him as much because we aren't double-teaming Schmidt, Norv.
Really, it is a surprise, and I like the sportsmanship of Bill Kozalka. After batting that ball, actually diving for the ball, Kozalka helped Hipke to his feet again, gave him a pat. Really a great spirit.
Really a test for the defensive secondary and the linebackers for Prairie du Chien. 4th, and they are going for it at the 15-yard line. Want something in the end zone. I wouldn't be surprised. Elmer back to pass. We want to get a rush. Canny has plenty of time. The crossing pattern overshoots Schmidt a little bit too high, and it'll be Prairie du Chien's ball. Norbert, our defense held, and they ran the first time, they ran the second time, then they had to pass the 3rd and 4th downs, and Prairie du Chien's defense really stiffened with 6:10 left to go. We still lead 15-7.
And Carl Shedovy was right there on Schmidt, Rob. Excellent job of pass coverage, and we seem to have diagnosed the plays real well. We're staying with our men, doing everything right now. Now let's see if we can get her going again on offense. Prairie du Chien leads 15-7.
I'm not going to say F-U-M-B-L-E.
Don't mention that bad word.
This time in the backfield, Scheckler gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. I thought on that 4th down play they would definitely go into the end zone. They only had to get to about the 5, and that is about where the crossing pattern was intended to go, to about the 5-yard line, but we were right there, and the pass overshot. So Prairie du Chien with a 2nd down play now as Scheckler picked up just one to about the 17-yard line. I'll call it the 16. 2nd down and 1 from the 16. Quick pitch comes out to Yogi, corrals it, but over there to defend number 85, and he makes the sure tackle for Evansville, Doug Ballmer. And he really made the tackle on that right defensive end position. So now it'll be a 3rd down and 11 as Yogi lost. We mentioned in the first half, I don't know if we were on the air when we mentioned it, but some of our wide stuff hasn't been going. I'd say about 1 out of every 3 has been going to the wide side of the field, and normally that's a good worker for us. Just under 5 minutes, 3rd and 11, nothing fancy here. Inside reverse goes to Kozalki's met at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes, so we'll be punting from near our own end zone here on 4th down. So Evansville really comes up with a stout defense, and they're going to get good field position from an intended punt. Ed Wakuda had a super punt earlier down to the 1-yard line or the 3-yard line, and hope he gets another good one off. He gets a high spiral coming down at about the 40-yard line, taken at the 36-yard line, so they have just excellent field position. Evansville at Prairie du Chien's 36-yard line.
You know, Rob, watching this ball game tonight, I have a feeling we're watching 2 excellent ball clubs. You take a look at the records, but until you see the clubs play like Evansville, it's hard to imagine what kind of a club they are, and they're very good. But I think the interesting thing is we proved our mettle. Prairie du Chien leads in the ball game 15-7. We've proven we can play with the best and actually lead the best. So here we go.
Right, they're rated number 1, Prairie du Chien number 2 with 4:25 left to go, 36-yard line. Boom, straight ahead they go. Lenzendorf in on the tackle. Stovey, we haven't mentioned Rich too often, number 77. He's in on the tackle right there. Of course, when they pass a lot of times the linebackers aren't involved. It's the deep secondary and the people who rush. The guys in the linebacking core really don't get a lot of action sometimes when you pass so much, and Evansville has done that tonight. 4 minutes. That was a pickup of 2. Second down, 8 inside the 35. Prairie du Chien's 34-yard line. Quick out pattern again. He has his man. That's Hipke at the 30-yard line. That was a pickup of only 4. See, those quick down and outs only get you 4 or 5. They have to make it a lot of those down and outs. Now I was talking to Steve Rondo, who played football at La Crosse. He had said that when La Crosse Indians would play Stevens Point with Reed Giordano, their super passer, their coach for La Crosse would just tell them, let them have the down and outs for 5 to 10 yards. They have to make about 8 or 10 of those to do you any harm, and maybe one of those times they'll make a mistake. Bill Kozalka down on the field, and Coach Bebo is massaging his left calf. It looks like Kozalka's down, and just massaged him a little bit, and he's got maybe a Charlie horse, something like that. Kozalka is out. Now I thought that was going to hurt, but Kozalka runs off the field, so that's good news. He scampers off on his own, so good news. And coming in to replace Kozalka will be a junior, Brent Hutchins, number 9, I think it is, isn't it, Norb? Yeah, near sideline, right. So it'll be a third down play now coming up for Evansville. They have the ball at the 30-yard line after that completed pass to Hipke. They're split left end, and he comes split to the left. Schmidt off to the right again. All game long, it's been Shedevy and Schmidt man-to-man. This time again, they go to Hipke. It's going to be high, but he manages to hang on. No, they say he caught out of bounds. He caught the ball but juggled it out of bounds, and that would have been enough for the first down. I love the way they go. The guy really knows how to coach the quarterbacks and ends, because they went right to the 25-yard line, which gives them a first down by about a yard, maybe a half a yard. But it was incomplete. Kozalka now comes back in, and Hutchins goes out. Fourth down play, and this is a big one. 30-yard line. They have to get to Prairie du Chien's about 26-yard line. 4th and 4 at the 30-yard line. Mark Elmer. He wants to pass. He does. It's thrown, and it's caught, I believe, again, laying on the ground. He catches the ball, and as that Fisher got there just a split second too late, he dumped Elmer, but Elmer got the ball off just in time. Fisher's playing an inspired ball, and there's that Schmidt laying on the ground, catching the ball. He's super.
Just unbelievable, Rob. Fantastic catch by Schmidt. I don't know how he possibly does that. He angles in the right direction, and somehow he holds on.
Somehow he gets down on the ground, and maybe they teach him to go down on your knees and then have the quarterback drill it in, because unless you're part of his shirt, there's no way you're going to be able to knock that ball down. This time, first down play, flag on the play, and it goes to Camper, and there's a flag on the play. That was a nice pickup of about 8 by Camper off right side. In on the tackle, Prairie du Chien. Lenzendorf, 69 for the Hawks. And let's see who they talk to. Backfield in motion. Illegal motion on Evansville, so that nullifies an 8-yard run by Camper. With 2:50 left to go. In the third quarter, Prairie du Chien leads 15-7. Prairie down, or on 1st and 15, gets back to the line of scrimmage, goes, I believe that was either Guard or Hatlin. Hatlin's done a lot of running tonight. That's Hatlin. He gets about 5 of them back. In on the tackle for Prairie du Chien, the interior of that line for Prairie du Chien retreating and then making the tackle. So those fellas in the middle of the defensive line, that is Scheckler, that is Hedeman, that is Fisher, Valley, and Bruce White. There's the front 5. Then you have Stovey and Scheck. Sometimes Lenzendorf is in there. And I think right now Lenzendorf is in, and Dan Scheck is out for Prairie du Chien. And then Walker and Osterhaus on the corner, and then the 2 deep backs, Shedevy and Kozalka. Again, Prairie du Chien is playing super ball, and they're just playing their hearts out right now, trying to keep Evansville out of the end zone. 24-yard line. That's our 24. It's Evansville with a second down and 9. Here he goes, back to pass, trying to get him from behind, can't. And a diving catch made. No, knocked out of his hands by also Lenzendorf and also Shedevy. I thought he had the ball. Norb Schmidt completely stretched out, and he kind of shakes his helmet and adjusts his helmet because he really took a lick, and that was first down all over it at about the 14-yard line. Schmidt really took a lick down there by Prairie du Chien.
I want to ask you about the flapping sleeves of Kipke. Is that entirely legal? It's very distracting, I would think.
Well, they just cut them underneath the armpit to make them floppy, so there's no, so they're not real tight to your arm and they don't bother you. Anyway, this is going to be a screen. The first one we've seen. They have the man. No, he overshoots the man and nearly intercepted by 28 Walters. He came over there. Again, Elmer goes down. He is down, and Bruce White is in on him. So Elmer has gone down more times than I can count after he releases the pass. He's going to be sore tomorrow because we're really belting him at the moment that he releases that ball. It'll be 4th down and long. That was the first the first screen play that we've seen Evansville put up tonight. 1:52 left to go here in the third quarter on WPRE FM. Prairie du Chien. It's 15-7. I'm Rob along with Norb, and they're, of course, going to go for it. They have an I formation. They have run the ball up the gut a number of times, but we have a pretty tight formation, and it's going to be a quick out. And this could be another pass. They get it to Schmidt, and he falls down the back of the line of scrimmage over to cover. Who else? Number 7, Carl Shedevy. I don't know what that was because they hit it to Schmidt. He took a step back like it was going to be a flanker screen, but then 42 guard. You can't tell me that out of the backfield, guard's in the end zone to be doing some blocking. I think that was going to be a double pass. They wanted to hit Schmidt, I think, in the backfield, and he was going to drill that to guard 42. And I'm not going to say anything, but I think he was down in the end zone all by himself. So Schmidt, before he could, if it was indeed a pass, he slipped and fell before it, but of course Carl was right there. Prairie du Chien takes over with a minute and a half on our own 33-yard line, our own 28-yard line. Prairie du Chien gets a nice run up to the 32. Who was that run by? Last man, Scheckler. We are seeing some stuff out there tonight that I'm enjoying a whole bunch. Evansville is really playing some kind of ball, and Prairie du Chien's defense, you're certainly not going to take anything away from them. They're playing magnificent out here in the third quarter. How many third quarters have we gone? I know more than a few that nobody has scored. It's just been battered up and down the field. 53 seconds left to go. Kazelka, first time we've seen him in motion, and Yogi gets the first down on second and third effort at the 39-yard line. Yeomans, we kind of like him because he's one of the little people. First and 10, Prairie du Chien at the 44-yard line. Prairie du Chien's own 44-yard line. With 43 seconds left to go, it'll be first and 10 Prairie du Chien, so we get out of immediate trouble, get it up to our own 38-yard line. First and 10, going left to right, clock running now under half a minute in the third quarter. Prairie leads 15-7. Flanker off to the left. Carl back to pass on first down, has it, and he tries to hit White out the 35-yard line, and incomplete, overshot. Guard back to cover Bruce White. Guard number 42. I would think that Bruce White might be a little bit faster than guard, but guard's used to doing a lot of running and pass catching himself, so I'm sure he's very capable of covering out there. 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter as the clock stops on the incompletion. Carl's had a good night at quarterback. He's thrown in smartly, and for the most part, he's been on target tonight. 21 seconds left to go. Coming to the near side, in motion is Yogi. This time they go straight up the middle, and digging for Prairie du Chien is Kazelka. Second and third effort again, and he gets to the 45-yard line. Tackled by 34 Hatland, and Randy gets up a little bit slow at the 45-yard line. They mark it officially at the 44-yard line, and that'll be the end of the third quarter of play. When we come back, it'll be third down and about 5 for Prairie du Chien. End of the third quarter, 15-7. Hawks will be back in a minute. This is your high school football report.
Get more for your money. With a qualifying deposit to a new or existing certificate of deposit or Golden Passbook account, you'll receive a free gift, plus the highest interest rates allowed by law at the Prairie City Bank. Members FDIC.
There's something special at Hardee's on the corner of Wells and South Marquette Road in Prairie du Chien. Every Tuesday night you can get 4 hamburgers for just $1. That's right, 4 hamburgers for $1. So be sure and stop any Tuesday night for Hardee's Great Hamburger Special. Coast to Coast in Prairie du Chien is proud to be a sponsor for the Blackhawks. Attention do-it-yourselfers. A special clinic on how to hang wall covering will be held at Coast to Coast store in downtown Prairie du Chien on November 14th at 7:30 p.m. There's no charge, but attendance is limited, so be sure to register. Call 326-2334 now for reservations at the Coast to Coast store, downtown Prairie du Chien.
To start the fourth quarter of play, Rob, it was Bill Kazelka on the first call. Picked up a couple of yards. And, boy, 12 minutes to go. Very close to the first down, actually.
There's a big call where the official put that ball down. Kazelka really used second effort, and we're near the 50-yard line. Well, Carl, I guess, knew it, didn't he?
First down, Prairie du Chien at the 49-yard line of the Hawks. They lead in this ball game 15-7. 11:53 to go, Rob. Let's hold on. Let's go for another TD right now.
With those offensive guys, Bruce and Brad White at the ends, Ed Ekstead and Rich Stovey at the tackles, Paul Valley and Dan Check at the guards, and Ramey Haynes up front. Those fellas have really made things work for Prairie du Chien on the ground tonight and all season long, for that matter.
The Hawks break the huddle to the line of scrimmage at their own 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion again to the near side. Carl Shedevy to the first man through, up to the line of scrimmage, and then pushing his way forward, battling his way forward for a couple of more yards is Bill Kazelka. And Kazelka picked up about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for Prairie du Chien at the 49-yard line of Evansville. What a glorious night for football, Rob. We're really enjoying this one tonight.
I tell you, it is super night in November for football. I hope next week is just as nice as this week.
Carl Shedevy looks over his line again, man in motion near side. There's the snap from Haynes. Quick pitch back. Goes to Kazelka, turns the corner, gets over the 45-yard line, down to about the 44 before he's run out of bounds on the far sideline.
I didn't really mean to look ahead for us. I mean for either team. I hope it is really nice for next week. Also, I think Purdue is in town to take on the Badgers, and I want to have a nice night or a nice afternoon for Bucky Badger next week. Ohio State, by the way, tomorrow afternoon on WPRE, and also the Prairie du Chien girls cross-country team at State for the umpteenth year in a row, and we wish Jim Walls and the girls cross-country squad, of course, the best of luck tomorrow at Madison. It's at 10:30 at Yahara Hills.
3rd and 4, Prairie du Chien at the 45-yard line of Evansville. To pass. 10 for White. Is it caught or not? We'll have to wait for the indication. The pass is it complete? There's the indication. Complete. First down, Prairie du Chien at the 40-yard line.
Did you see it?
No, I couldn't see it at all.
I couldn't see it either. I was pointing downfield. Bruce White down at about the 20 it looked like had a couple of steps on his defender, and here Shedevy had already unloaded to Kazelka, and Kazelka really came racing back to the huddle, and the Hawks are fired up. I guess they know they can move the ball on these Evansville Blue Devils.
WPRE FM, Prairie du Chien. 1st and 10, 40-yard line of Evansville, Prairie du Chien. This time Kazelka in motion to the first man through over the 40-yard line. The umpire getting the call that time was John Carroll. And Carroll picked up more than I thought, actually. Picked up about 3. Called it 2nd and 7 now for Prairie du Chien at the 38-yard line. Joined us late, 15-7 is the score. Prairie du Chien leads with 2 scores in the second quarter of play. We saw Rock'em Sock'em first half of play with lots of fumbles and interceptions. But both teams have settled down now and are playing good football. And I think Prairie du Chien playing inspired football at this point. 2nd and 7. It's Scheckler. And Scheckler is being spun around, and a flag is down. Several flags are down, and maybe a face mask penalty against Evansville. Scheckler got right back to the line of scrimmage, and he was spun around a couple of times, stayed on his feet, spun around again, and went down. And we'll wait for the indication from the official. 3 flags on the field. There it is. Right you are, Rob. Face mask. Evansville. Prairie du Chien will have a first down via the penalty route.
That's the first down by penalty, I think, and it's really been a clean ball game compared to last week. You'll recall that Richland Center ball game when they had a lot of flags on the football field last week, but this relatively free. I really enjoy watching Carl Shedevy up there just kind of discussing with the referee and standing. I don't know, I really have a lot of confidence in him. He's so calm and he doesn't get upset, doesn't shake his head. You couldn't tell if he was winning or losing. He's really a confident fella out on the football field, and it's a pleasure to be watching him this year. Clock in our favor, winding down, and the football field position now is in our favor, Norm.
Prairie's ball around 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of Evansville. Again, Carl Shedevy looks over his men. Kazelka on the draw, right up the middle, down to the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. First down, Prairie du Chien. Bill Kazelka.
They're fired, Norm. They're fired. Look at them.
Picked up about 15 yards.
They are fired up.
Maybe you can hear the Prairie du Chien fans way across the field saying, "You bet, you bet." The ball is down at the 6-yard line. Check, let's call it the 7. First and goal at the 7-yard line. The Hawks break the huddle. The clock is running. Fans are loving every minute of it. Quarterback keeper Carl down at the 5-yard line, and he's stacked up there, but he picked up a couple of yards.
I think Evansville had at least 10 of their 11 ball players right up at the line of scrimmage. Of course, that time Prairie du Chien had everybody in close as well. I think that must be the reason that Coach Bebo has that man in motion, because they cannot stick everybody up at the line of scrimmage with the man in motion. We've seen that man in motion, I'd say, at least half of the plays that Prairie du Chien has run so far.
Prairie du Chien has the ball. 2nd and goal from the Evansville 5-yard line. Carl Shedley, quick pitch back to Kazelka, tries to turn the corner. He's battling his way. He's very close to the end zone. Touchdown, Prairie du Chien. Bill Kazelka on the right side. Great second effort by Kazelka as he scores to put Prairie du Chien up in this ball game, 21-7. Bill Kazelka on a 5-yard run. And that looks great. The Prairie du Chien fans on the far side really loving every minute of this ball game, and we hope you're enjoying it at home too. 21-7. All right, the Hawks break the huddle. Bill Fisher to attempt the point after. Bill Kazelka with a high snap. It's a fake. Kazelka rolls to the right. He's being pursued. The pass is in the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Bruce White. So the score remains Prairie du Chien 21, Evansville 7. We'll be back. This is your high school playoff report.
Hemrick's Rexall Drugstore in Prairie du Chien offers complete prescription and family record service, a liberal golden age prescription discount, and free delivery. You'll enjoy the service you get at Hemrick's Rexall Drugs in downtown Prairie du Chien. If you found yourself short of ideas, you'll get a lot of inspiration at Ben Franklin Family Center. You can walk through any section of their store and you'll find just the perfect item, whether it's for your home or as a gift. Fashions? Oh yes, a complete line for your family at Ben Franklin Family Center in Commerce Court, Prairie du Chien. Take a good look at the tough new line of 1979 Ford trucks, now at Jerry Sullivan Ford Lincoln Mercury, south of Prairie du Chien. And take your choice of club wagons, Econoline vans, Broncos, Rancheros, and Couriers, all 79 Ford trucks, now at Jerry Sullivan Ford Lincoln Mercury, south of Prairie du Chien.
All right, the Evansville fans were on their feet during that timeout trying to cheer their boys on. Prairie du Chien 21, Evansville 7. There's the Prairie du Chien kickoff. It comes down on the 14-yard line where it's taken by Evansville up to the 20, to 25, to 30, to 35 before he's brought down very close to the 40-yard line. It was an excellent run back by Evansville, and the ball carrier was number 24, Eldon Camper.
Tracy Stevens, one of the ball players that do so well on the kickoff teams for Prairie du Chien in making the tackle. They have good field position, Norv.
Evansville 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Again, a man flanked wide to the right. There's the snap, back to pass, then the pitch back. A reverse, what do you call it? They flipped it 3 times, then the pass. They're going for the bomb down the 30-yard line. Complete at the 28-yard line. And holding the ball high above his head is Greg Gard. They lateraled 3 times, and I don't know who eventually got the pass off for Evansville.
Quarterback.
It was Mark Elmer who went for the bomb, and that pass play covered about 37 yards.
Yeah, what they did was just a quick pitch to the near sideline. The halfback then handed off to Elmer going back to the far side of the field, and he just lateraled back to the quarterback Elmer, and he threw it about, let me see, 40, about 50 yards in the air is all, yep. And the guy was way, way behind Prairie du Chien, about 10 yards behind Prairie du Chien. And Bill Fisher, not Bill, but Randy Fisher, number 60, who has been consistently tonight our best pass rusher, is going to the sideline with a sore ankle or knee, it looks like, but he's walking under his own power. So they have plenty of clock time, and they're down. Now our defense is going to have to stiffen up here. Trick play, getting them great yardage.
29-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, Elmer back to pass, going for the bomb. Incomplete. Down on the 10-yard line was number 86, Ken Schmidt. That stops the clock, 8:16 showing. Evansville trails by 2 touchdowns. That was a beautiful pass play. I said 37 yards. You were right, Rob. It was over 50 yards when you start adding it up. Just a tremendous in the air.
Right. He threw it way back from about the 20. That's how far back they were, 20, 25-yard line when the reverses took place. Ed Eggstead in the defensive line for Prairie du Chien.
2nd and 10, Evansville. Again, Elmer wants to pass. He goes to the far sidelines, incomplete down on the 20-yard line, just over the outstretched fingers of Eldon Camper, number 24, coming out of the backfield.
Walker Lenzendorf over there, Norb.
Good pass defense, Rob. 8:13 showing on the clock. Those pass plays don't eat up much time at all.
No, that is another thing that is very much in the advantage of Evansville being behind. They don't eat up that much time with those incompletions and down and outs. They get out of bounds, and there's a lot of time left in the ballgame.
3rd and 10, 29-yard line again. Back to pass. Being rushed and scared. Bruce White got him back on the 38-yard line. Solo tackle. Bruce White really decked Mark Elmer. Elmer's still getting up.
He's a tough cookie back there, Elmer. White hit him up kind of around the numbers, up around the shoulder. If he would have hit him in the midsection, in the middle of the back, he would, I don't think he'd be getting up, because White was really coming in there from his right defensive end, and you know he loves to hit like that.
Great play by White, loss of 8. It's 4th and 18 for Evansville.
Tough D.
They're going for it at the 37-yard line.
Watch flea flickers.
Intercepted by Prairie du Chien, 35-yard line, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 40, the 35, down to the 30, inside the 30-yard line, very near the 25-yard line. Bill Wachter fumble, but the play may have been dead.
I think it was, Norb. It should have. Wachter. Did he
Bill
play
Wachter,
that right?
Oh, fantastic. He caught the ball on the far sidelines all alone, got inside the 30-yard line. Just a spectacular play by Bill Wachter. Showed some good speed, too.
3rd interception by Prairie du Chien tonight on Mark Elmer. Norb, I believe they were setting up that same flea flicker on the second play of the ball game when they tried to hit the left end hip key. He was going to pitch out to the running back Camper down the far sideline, and they had it set up, but Wachter nullified that.
Big play at the 27-yard line. Prairie du Chien takes over, 1st and 10. Chevy right ahead. On the draw down, very close to the 17-yard line. A good gain by Shedeby on the quarterback keeper. Prairie du Chien really dominating now. 7:02 left in the ball game. The Hawks lead 21-7, but don't go away. Evansville's an explosive ball club. Let's hope we can score one more time. Prairie du Chien really playing inspired football. Their 3rd interception of the night, and on Carl Shedeby's run is going to be very close to the first down. They bring in the change for a measurement. It is just shy, inches short of the first down.
I wonder if Carl called that on his own, that quarterback keeper. He must have saw something, because he picked up 9 on a quarterback keeper. You don't see that too often, not that many yards anyway. So we're knocking at the door again. One more, and I'll be sitting a little bit easier. 21-7, Prairie du Chien up, and the clock running.
Ball is on the 17-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 1 situation. 6:52 remaining in this ball game. Prairie du Chien taking a long time in the huddle.
I was going to say, they better hurry up here.
Now they break. They'll have to get the ball off quickly. Carl wipes his hands right over the middle. First down, Prairie du Chien. Down to the 10-yard line, inside the 10, about the 8-yard line. I thought he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he just kept moving. Carl Shadowby. Prairie du Chien knocking on the door again, Rob. In the first period, we were down there a couple of times. Actually, we lost 3 fumbles in the first half inside the 30-yard line, and 2 were inside the 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're really doing the job. They spot the ball at the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
This is a team effort, if I've ever seen a team effort this year for a Prairie du Chien win. We are really playing inspired. No one person is doing it all. It's a team effort.
Man in motion to the near side. Carl Shedeby gives to the first man through for a gain of a couple yards. I'm not sure who carried the ball even.
I think Billy was the last one to come
Kizelka.
back.
Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the...
I think it's goal, isn't it?
Oh, by golly, check it. They say the ball's on the 6-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, pardon me, from the 6. The Hawks break the huddle. 5:44, that clock is running. We're doing what we do best, playing ball control. 2nd and goal from the 6. Man in motion to the near side. Carl rolling to the right. He's being pursued. He's going to be tossed for a loss back at the 12-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock with 5:30 left in the ball game.
5:30, as you said, Norb, left to go in the ball game. 21-7, Prairie du Chien. That play has worked consistently well this year. Carl is really slow coming back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like his jersey is torn. I can't even see the number 7 in front. I think the top of that 7 is ripped off a little bit. And he is really slow getting back to the line of scrimmage, or back to the huddle now. It's at the 11-yard line. Now we have goal to go from the 11 on 3rd down.
As you said, Rob, 3rd and goal from the 11. It's quiet, and there's a flag down.
Too much time
against Prairie du Chien. That time they called it, and that'll cost Prairie du Chien 5 yards.
Well, Bill Fisher's a field goal kicker for Prairie du Chien. Really a penalty-free ball game. Prairie du Chien not committing many penalties. Evansville neither. So both teams really playing good, clean, hard-hitting football with 5:30 left to go. Let's see if we can get some of those yards back anyway and not give up the ball here. We want to try to come away with something, maybe a field goal by Billy.
3rd and goal at the 17-yard line of Evansville. Again, man in motion. Shedeby wants to pass. He does. Complete inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 7 or 8, but a flag is thrown. There may have been a late hit back here.
Yeah, I think quarterback maybe. They're taking 50 off the field maybe here. Looks like, or 60. They're taking him off the field, one of the referees.
60 is Jeff Ziliaks, a guard, 175, 5'8".
Yep, he smacked him with his fist, I guess, so he's out of the ball game. 60 is out of the ball game. Well, 2 games in a row we've seen the opposition out of the ball game.
Who did he hit, Carl?
I really don't know if it was Carl or one of the guys blocking for Carl. Now, this is an automatic first down, I do believe, Norb, so I believe we're going to be back in luck again here, although it'll still be goal to go. Now, I can't remember if we get our 3rd down over again or not, but we're going to have it. Look at this.
Oh, boy.
I really don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it is an automatic first, as I just said.
You called it right, Rob.
But let's wait and see. It might still be 4th there. We'll wait and see.
We're going to mark the ball at the 5-yard line.
Timeout Evansville anyway, Norb.
We'll take a timeout. Prairie du Chien 21, Evansville 7. This is your high school football report.
Sometimes it's nice just to sit, especially when it's in a comfortable, sturdy, lazy boy chair from Knapp's Home Furnishings. Recline and relax while you're sitting there listening to the football game. For any type of furniture or carpeting for your home, you'll find it all at Knapp's Home Furnishings in Commerce Court, Prairie du Chien.
Enjoy extended banking hours, 2 handy drive-up windows, and plenty of off-street parking at the Prairie City Bank, where your full-time, full-service financial center, where the Prairie City Bank, members FDIC.
Johnson International on South Marquette Road in Prairie du Chien is glad to be a sponsor of Prairie High Football. Be sure and stop in soon and see their full line of new and used equipment and farm tractors. That's Johnson International.
All right, on the penalty, Prairie du Chien has the ball, 4th and goal from the 5.
Yeah, we don't get the first down over. So Bill Fisher is coming in, and he may attempt a field goal from the 12, make it a 22-yard field goal. He's kicked a 26-yarder for the only field goal that Prairie du Chien has had, a slight angle from the right side, right hash mark. Bill Fisher's all ready to go. He says, come on, guys. Block for me. Bill wants this bad in front of a college crowd here.
There's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up. It's long enough. It's good.
Billy.
Nice.
All right.
Bill Fisher on the field goal from, what did we say, 22 yards?
22.
22-yard field goal by Bill Fisher to make the score 24-7. We'll be back in just a moment. This is your high school football report.
Don't just buy any home at first glance. Get the full details first from Uncle Howie the Landman at Eggstad Realty in Prairie du Chien. Boots and Howie want to please their customers and are honest with the buyer as well as the seller. You'll be pleased with the service you get from Eggstad Realty, 208 East Blackhawk in Prairie du Chien.
Enjoy extended banking hours, 2 handy drive-up windows, and plenty of off-street parking at the Prairie City Bank. We're your full-time, full-service financial center. We're the Prairie City Bank, members FDIC.
Why take chances with your family's protection? Your Prairie du Chien man from Equitable, Matt Schaff, or Harry Lochner can help you provide money for retirement and emergency funds for education, or if you die, income for your family. Contact Equitable Life Assurance.
That was a 22-yard field goal by Bill Fisher. Now, Jeff Bebo gets in, soccer styles it with the left foot, and they down it. Evansville does at their own 35-yard line, so they have decent field position. And 1st and 10, Evansville with 5:18 left to go, and Prairie du Chien up 24-7, North.
Rob, as you pointed out during that timeout, the important thing is with that 3-point field goal, Evansville now has to score 3 times to go ahead in this ball game.
How many times have we seen the other team score first, 2, and we hold them? That's what we've done thus far.
The second play of the game.
Right. Look at this.
There's a reverse.
Watch, they're trying to get to the quarterback.
Long bomb.
Oh.
Incomplete down the 40-yard line, and a Prairie du Chien pass defender really got decked.
Man. That's offensive pass interference on 24, Camper, as he tried to level, and he did. Carl Shedevy is down, and I think somebody else is down, too, Kazelka. Oh,
Carl really got decked by Camper.
It's either Carl or Bill Kazelka, Norb. It could have been Billy. I think it's Bill. He's hurting right there at the 45, looking at me bending
You're right.
over.
Bill Kazelka. He had the wind knocked out of him.
Right. Carl was guarding Camper, and Camper came over and tried to knock Kazelka, and did, off of Elmer, because Kazelka, I think, was on Elmer. Boy, we've seen a little bit of everything from this Evansville team. That was...
If we can hang in there, Evansville had about 3 laterals that time before the pass. And the big thing is, I think Evansville is losing its cool at this point, Rob, and that's what you can't do if you want to lose. If that one man ejected, and this is going to be a big penalty.
Right, a big 15-yarder from the line of scrimmage. Now second 25, and the clock, of course, stopped on the incompletion.
Evansville has the ball at their own 20-yard line. There's the snap. Again, Henry back to pass on the draw. And the man is decked for a loss back at the 17-yard line on a beautiful play by Mike Hedeman, who was in very quickly. Throwing for a loss of 3 more. That brings up a 2nd and 27.
Can't get over now. Prairie du Chien is real calm out there right now, aren't they? They're not jumping up and down and going crazy or anything. Even on the sideline, they're pretty calm. I think they're ready to throw their helmets up in the air and everything.
Very poised, Rob. All right, big play for Evansville. They're in a hole now at the 17-yard line, their own 17. The pass over the middle. Again, Schmidt may have scooped it up. No, they say incomplete at the 25-yard line. So, it brings up a 3rd and 27 for Evansville. 4:07 left in the ball game. Rob, you're doing some mental work there.
I think it's fourth down, time to punt for
I'm
Evansville,
sorry,
I think.
fourth down.
Prairie du Chien's going to get the ball in good field position somewhere out around midfield, I would suspect, from the 5-yard line. The quarterback, Mark Elmer, going back to punt. Prairie du Chien doesn't send anybody back. They're going to let the ball go and not take a chance.
Elmer's back at the 5. There's the snap. And it's high, end over end, coming down on the 50-yard line, rolling down to the 40, down to the 39-yard line to Prairie du Chien. And it's downed there by Ken Schmidt. And with 3:57 left in the ballgame, Prairie du Chien will take over again.
I think Evansville knows defeat is just about imminent, although we're not going to concede anything yet. 3:57 left to go, but they do have to score 3 times in order to win this ball game, and Prairie du Chien has the ball now and in pretty good field position.
Again, it's been the Prairie du Chien defense. Evansville hasn't met a defense like this, Rob, I'm sure. They've managed to score an average of at least 3 touchdowns a ball game, or 4 perhaps.
4 for Evansville, right?
A high-scoring team. We've held them down to 1 touchdown. That was on the second play of the ball game. Prairie's ball, 1st and 10, man in motion near side.
John
Carroll back to the line of scrimmage, I think. Very close to it. Right up the line, it'll be 2nd and 10. And that clock, all importantly, is moving at 3:23. Evansville, the Rock Valley Conference champion, perhaps a little bit dispirited right now. They've won 10 straight ball games this year by some wide scores. Their last time out, they beat Turner 48-29. Before that, they beat Milton 34-0, 33-6 over Clinton the week before that, 3:05. Prairie du Chien's ball, 2nd and 10. The pitch back this time goes to Bill Kozelka. Has a block right in front of him. That's Stoley. Then he cuts back inside, gets down to the 45-yard line on a good run by Billy Kozelka. And Rob, if things look very good with 2:50 left, 24-7. The winner of tonight's ball game plays the winner of tomorrow night's Ashland-Plymouth clash, and that ball game would probably be at Madison or La Crosse, depending upon whom wins that game.
Right. If Plymouth wins, it should be at Madison. If Ashland wins, it'll be up at La Crosse. They're giving a standing ovation to Eldon Camper. He's a good one, number 24, much like Lee of Viroqua. He reminds me a lot of Lee of Viroqua.
It's a little guy, but he runs so very hard. It's coming out of the ball game. Straight ahead, right to the line of scrimmage, and then brought down as that clock keeps ticking away.
Can't help thinking what was in the paper about a quote from Paul Bebo about Prairie du Chien has played a lot of balanced ball teams, and maybe the balance of our league overshadowing the balance of Evansville League, the Rock Valley. So Coach Bebo was saying, gosh, I hope the balance is in our favor. Wakuda back to punt.
There's the punt coming down on the 30-yard line, taking a Prairie du Chien bounce. Down to the 20, inside the 20, about the 17-yard line, where it's down by Prairie du Chien. We got a break there again. 35-yard punt. And Evansville will take over with 1:41 showing on the clock. Rob, things look good. Evansville has to score 3 times in 1:41, and that's very doubtful considering how they haven't scored since the second play of the ball game.
It really looks good for Prairie du Chien right now, and boy, you really have to hand it to Prairie du Chien. We've had a lot more scrapes in our ball games, closer ball games than Evansville has. Evansville had a lot of runaways, and maybe that shows the balance of the SWAL.
There's the snap. Back to pass is Elmer. Elmer right over the middle, complete down at the 25-yard line to Schmidt, where he's wrestled down.
Kozelka there.
Bill Kozelka. Thank you, Rob. It's kind of fantastic, Rob. 2 years ago, we were here and we lost to an Iowa Grant team that went on to win the state championship. Last year, undefeated, didn't make the playoffs. This year, we're going to go to the state championship game in our division. Elmer complete to Schmidt at the 28-yard line, tiptoes out of bounds. Back to defend was Bobby Oskerhouse, and some of the fans I shouldn't say the Evansville fans, I don't think they're leading, but the scouting people who are here are leading, conceding this to Prairie du Chien as well. We might round with 1:01 left.
Yeah, we just saw Plymouth take off with their purple and yellow jackets, school jackets. So the coaches were here with their clipboards, and I'm positive that Ashland was here also. And Prairie du Chien's Coach Bebo and Coach Campbell will be going to, I think it's Menasha tomorrow.
1st and 10, 32-yard line of Evansville. Back to pass again is Elmer. Elmer has a man open at the 35-yard line. Check it. Rolling down to the 40-yard line before going out of bounds. is Eldon Camper, who went back in when Evansville got the ball. 51 seconds. You can almost taste this one, Rob.
Yeah, I hope the defense really stiffens up again and holds them to just that 7 points, because the defense has just done a super job.
Gain of 8 on the play on the pass. It's 2nd and 2 again. Back to pass. Complete near side. 45-yard line. The ball was fumbled out of bounds after the play was dead.
I'll tell you, he made a smart play right there. I don't think he fumbled that ball any more than the man in the moon, but he got close to the sideline. He's telling the umpire that now they have to take a timeout. Elmer did something really smart, and we'll come back and talk about it. 24-7, back in a minute, high school football report.
After the game, be sure and stop at Country Kitchen on North Marquette Road in Prairie du Chien for a sandwich or snack. It's a good way to top off the evening. Country Kitchen, where the food is delicious, in Prairie du Chien. The hunting season is underway, and Stark's is ready. Stark's has hundreds of guns on sale now. Anything from high-power rifles to squirrel guns. All shotguns are at special low prices. Stop in at Stark's in Prairie du Chien. If you want that patio, driveway, or walk put in before Old Man Winter beats you, get going right now. Contact Prairie Ready Mix here in Prairie du Chien or Boscobel Ready Mix. You set the date and time, Prairie Ready Mix will be there with the finest ready mix in the area.
Elmer tried to fumble, or not Elmer, but Schmidt tried to fumble the ball out of bounds. The referee wouldn't have anything to do with it. Made him use a timeout, so they're short on timeouts now with just one left, I believe, Norb.
All right, Elmer back to pass. He's going for the bomb at the 40-yard line, complete to Schmidt. Schmidt is brought down at the 38-yard line. It is a nice passing combination, but tonight we solved it.
Schmidt throws the ball down.
Kazelka makes the tackle.
And he shoves Kazelka on the helmet out of there, so they're not playing real good sportsmanship out there. Evansville, that is.
Well, I suppose they're really 10 straight wins, kind of a heartbreaker for them. Mm-hmm. But, boy, give the credit to Prairie du Chien. They came to play 24-7. Again, Elmer back to pass, complete to Schmidt at the 30-yard line, pushed back to the 27.
He throws the ball back to the defender.
11 seconds on the play. This ball game is almost over. Ooh. Prairie du Chien counts it down. The clock is running. That could be it. They have one more timeout. Let's keep it right here.
They use it with 5.
So last timeout. 5 seconds.
Feather in the cap for Carl Shedevy. When I told...
Look at this.
When I told, were they jumping up and down? Yeah, they're hugging each other. Whoop-de-doo.
Somebody tossed Stovey up into the air, and that took a lot of doing.
Yeah. But Carl Shedevy, who would have thought that one man could cover Schmidt man-to-man for the whole game, and Carl Shedevy, number 7, has done just that. Now, I met Schmidt's brother before the ball game began, and he was under the assumption that nobody can cover his brother man-on-man. He wasn't really bragging about it, just matter-of-factly. And I said, well, we're going to try to do it. And he didn't think it'd last long, but it's lasted all game.
So well. Elmer back. So he's being pursued. Now he gets away. Left side. He's snowed under. The ball is fumbled and down. Incomplete forward pass, and that's the ball game, Rob. Prairie du Chien wins it 24-7 and advances to next week's championship game against the winner of the Ashland-Plymouth game tomorrow night. Oh, I'll tell you, pandemonium breaking loose here. The players are coming out onto the field from the bench, and I shouldn't say pandemonium because really they're very, very calm.
Yeah, the players are right now anyway.
I expected pandemonium. They're carrying one of the Prairie du Chien players. Who is that?
That's not Scheckler.
Is that Scheckler?
Yep.
Scheckler is being helped off the field.
Yep, 44, I think so.
He must have been injured on one of the last plays of the ball game, huh? I didn't know that he was out. He has his jersey off even, his shoe off.
Yeah, he has his pants off.
Brian
Scheckler. He just
Scheckler
has hip pads on right now.
Is being helped off the field by 2 players.
Look at this. Somebody's carrying somebody down there.
Where is that?
Ramey Haynes is carrying some gal like a loaf of bread.
It's a big moment.
Oh, what a super effort by Prairie du Chien here in tonight's ball game against Evansville. But boy, that is some kind of bad news for Prairie du Chien if that Scheckler down on the field. Stovey's limping. Everybody. This is a hard-hitting ball game. There's no getting around it, Norb.
We'll be back to recap it for you. Coach Paul Bebo and Coach Nick Campbell have done a great job this year, being congratulated by some people from the stands. and the Prairie du Chien fans are taking their time leaving, I think, just savoring it for a few minutes. We'll be back to recap it for you in just a moment. This is your high school football report.
Let Bob's Union 76 service your car at regular mileage intervals for lubrication and for oil change. And see that only gasoline from Bob's Union 76 pumps goes into your car. And you'll be doing a lot toward maintaining operational efficiency. That's Bob's Union 76 on the corner of South Marquette Road and East Blackhawk Avenue in Prairie du Chien. If the plans in your future include a new home, contact Carl Ryder Incorporated at 625 Buchanan Street, Prairie du Chien. Carl builds custom homes, puts on additions, builds new garages, and all types of remodeling. For the unique home in your future, see Carl Ryder Incorporated in Prairie du Chien. It's time to get your car ready for winter, and the place to start is CarQuest, where winterizing items are now on sale. Gates, belts, hoses, thermostats, and radiator caps. Your CarQuest Auto Parts is motor parts and equipment, 116 South Marquette Road in Prairie du Chien.
Well, folks at home, it was a sweet win tonight for Prairie du Chien. The Hawks up their record to 10 wins and no losses on the season. Evansville drops to 10-1. They're eliminated in the semifinal game of Division III. Prairie du Chien wins the ball game 24-7. Ironically enough, Evansville offense came on the second play of the game. A minute into the ball game, it was a 57-yard pass play from Elmer to Hepke. The point after was good. It was 7-0. Prairie du Chien trailed at the end of the first period by that score, 7-zip. Prairie du Chien's first scorer came with 9:18 in the second quarter of play. Carl Shedovy scored from the 1-yard line. Bill Fisher's kick was good, 7-7. The Prairie du Chien wasn't through yet. With 4:09 left in the half, it was Shedovy to Bill Kazelka on a 6-yard touchdown pass. It was a 2-point conversion pass from Kazelka to Ed Bakuta, 15-7. Prairie du Chien led at the half. The score remained 15-7 after 3 periods in that scoreless third 12 minutes, and Prairie du Chien got on the board once again. I should say twice again. Bill Kazelka from the 5-yard line went around right in to make it 21-7. And Prairie du Chien's final score came when Bill Fisher kicked a 22-yard field goal, put the icing on the cake, Prairie du Chien winning 24-7. The first half was marred by lots of mistakes as we take a look at it, but in the end it didn't matter at all. Whatever happened to the jitters, who knows? It was a big win for Prairie du Chien. Give you an example of what happened with 6:49 in the first period. Prairie du Chien fumbled at the 25-yard line to stop a long drive that had covered 40 yards. Prairie du Chien got the ball back. This time they got as far as the 3-yard line before fumbling on a bad exchange perhaps. And again, a second touchdown drive was stopped. In the second quarter of play, Evansville lost a fumble. Prairie du Chien recovered at the 4 by Mike Hedeman. Then Prairie du Chien fumbled on the very next play from scrimmage at the 1-yard line, recovered by Evansville. Then it went Prairie du Chien's way as Bill Kazelka intercepted an Evansville pass at the 15-yard line, brought it back 4 yards for the first Prairie du Chien interception of the ball game. And after that first Prairie du Chien score, midway through the second period, Evansville lost the ball with about 4.5 minutes left in the half at the 6-yard line. Valier Lenzendorf was there to recover. We couldn't tell for certain whom it was. And then with 50 seconds left in the half, Carl Shedovy intercepted the second Evansville pass of the night at the 6-yard line to stop the Evansville drive. Prairie du Chien had one more interception in the final period. It was Bill Wachter at the 27-yard line. So you take a look at the exchanges, Prairie du Chien came out the better, I'm sure. And if you take a look at the times Prairie du Chien really got down inside that 10-yard line and then made a mistake, if it hadn't been for that, the score may have been much higher. And the Prairie du Chien defense round, I think, keyed the whole thing. They managed to stop Evansville, stop that passing combination we heard so much about, and that defense did the job tonight.
You know, when we went on the air in the pregame show, we thought it might be the passing against the running. And as it turned out, the running of Prairie du Chien came out on top. The passing of Evansville is something to behold, and they run a lot of pro patterns, and they're beautiful to watch. But Prairie du Chien's defense really stiffened when they had to. In fact, in that first half, they only had one real good drive from about their 25 all the way down inside the 15, I think it was. And that was their only real good drive. They did that mostly by the run, however. But their game is mostly by the pass. Even though their coach says 50-50, they live and die pretty much by the pass, I think. And they got a super passer and a super pass catcher, but Prairie du Chien I didn't think that maybe one man would be able to cover Schmidt, but Carl Shedevy did an excellent job out there in man-for-man coverage for the whole ball game, and Schmidt's going to play some college ball someplace big. He's a big timer. And can't say enough about the defense, as you mentioned. Prairie du Chien's defense really did a super job, and now we're going to take on the winner tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's ball game between Plymouth, who won the state championship 2 years ago, and Ashland. Those two teams will go head-to-head tomorrow night. And that is at Menasha, so Coach Biebel will be at Menasha, I'm sure, scouting the Plymouth-Ashland ball game. So the final score tonight between Prairie du Chien and Evansville, Prairie du Chien winning by a score of 24-7. Prairie du Chien 24, Evansville 7. And that is the story here from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Prairie du Chien coming out on top and going on next weekend to the WIAA Division III championship ball game. And we'll be wherever it is, Norb and I. I'm Rob, along with Norb, from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, bidding you good night. This has been your high school football report.